to another edition of Inspire. I am so excited to have Dawn Christian with us today. Hi, Dawn.
Hi, how are you?
I am fabulous and so excited to talk with you today because you have been with SeneGence now for almost 20 years, if we want to round it up. You're going into your 19th year of business in 2024. And honestly, it would have been a lot longer than that because you joined SeneGence in 2005, but as they say, the third time's the charm, right? How did that happen? How did you first hear about SeneGence, and then what happened over those few years until 2005?
Well, right after I got married, I found SeneGence at a booth in Las Vegas out at a rodeo, and my sweet upline Sheila was there selling the product in 2001. And my mother-in-law actually asked me to go by and try it on. She had tried it on first, and she sent me over there to the booth to try it on. And she said it's supposed to stay on all day. So I always tease that back then it was like, my mother-in-law told me to do it. I'm going to go do it. And I went and tried it on. And then her and I and our family went and had dinner. We went and ate Mexican food, and we still had on our lip color. And she said, "You should sell this stuff." And I don't really remember how I felt about it other than I had just moved to a really small town. I was newly married. I was pregnant. I had a toddler. And it was just like, that overwhelming season of life where selling makeup was really not something that was at the top of my list. But she actually signed me up the first time. She filled out the application. We had a kit come to my house, and for like a year, my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law and I just used the product. And then I would go to place an order through fax or over the phone, and I would realize I wasn't active. And so I had to sign up again. So this was like a cycle that I repeated twice. And then in 2005, we had our third child, and my husband got a job where we live here in Oklahoma, where we live now. And we moved here. And the very first friend that I met asked me why my lip color was always on. And I thought everyone knew what Lip Sense was because this was before social media, Facebook, all the things. And I just didn't know what a baby of a company it was, and that not everyone knew about it. Not everyone was wearing it. So I said, "It's Lip Sense." And she said, "What is that? And do you have parties?" And I said, well, I guess I could have a party. So I called up Sheila, told her what happened. She was like, "You're not active. You're going to have to sign up again." So signed up for the third time, had the party, like 12 ladies showed up. I don't know what I did. I don't know if I had applicators or showed them how to apply it properly. Like, I was so green. I knew nothing, but she wanted to have a party. I did it. And that was the beginning of my business. And from then on, I would have women over at my kitchen table while my kids were napping or at school. And it just started from there.
Started from there. Amazing. And so what has been, when you look back over the past 19 years, what can you say has been one of the most transformational moments for you as Dawn, as a mom, as a wife, as a daughter, as a SeneGence distributor? How has this transformed your life? Like picturing your life without SeneGence.
Well, my husband has his own perspective on that. He shares when people ask him, we'll take out like the blessings that, the business has financially provided for us, of course, but he says that my personal growth and the confidence of just who I am and coming out of my shell. And actually, I'm a really shy, introverted person. And this business really forced me to have to learn how to talk to people and to be on stage, to even do something like this, to train in front of 1,000 people, to all of those things I would have never done before because I would not have put myself in a position to do something like that. So it really pushed me, but it was a slow progression. It wasn't like something I had to do right out of the gate. So it wasn't as scary, but little by little, it's like when I look back at who I was and who I am now, I say I'm a shy person, but I'm really not anymore. That's who I used to be. I used to be shy, quiet, stand in the back of a room. And this business gave me confidence, and it gave me the confidence to see myself in a way that, probably as someone who dropped out of college, I was a single mom. I didn't really feel like I had an identity other than being a mom and a wife. Like, what do I have to bring to the table? What do I have to offer? How can I contribute to my family? And this gave me all of that. And it gave me what I felt like was a purpose, and also the ability to role model for my kids, because they've seen me do this since they were 6, 3, and 6 months. And now they're 25, 21, and 19. How to start something and finish it and not quit when it's hard. And that's probably been the biggest thing for me. The biggest reward for me is to be able to show them how to do that and just live it by example.
I love that. And I think that's so true. And I bet so many people are actually listening and completely relate to your story with confidence and personal growth, because that is absolutely one thing that this business does for women so well. And when you talk about, perseverance, it hasn't always been easy breezy in these 19 years, has it? Is there one moment or 5 moments or maybe 15 where you were going to throw in the towel, or you're like, you know what, this isn't for me? And what was it that kept you going? Because that happens, we're business owners. It happens. Can you
Yeah.
share?
To be honest, I don't think I've ever, I'm being completely honest, had a moment in 19 years where I wanted to throw in the towel. However, I had many moments where one pivotal moment was my first leaders conference when I earned my state leader title. I'd been a distributor for 2 years. After that third sign up, I hit Royal. I was so like excited to hit the Royal rank. It took me 2 years to do that. And there were 7 of us at leaders conference, 7 people in attendance. And I remember going on a walk with my husband, and he was like, "Are you ever really going to make any money doing this?" And I said, I don't know how much or how long it's going to take me to be successful, but I just believe in my heart that it's going to happen. I just don't know when. And he never asked me to quit. He never ever doubted anything that I was doing. He was just a general question like, is this a hobby? Is this a career? What are we doing here? Because, he knew I was doing well, but it really wasn't reflecting, I think, in our bank account that I was doing very well. And you know, he just said, "Okay, so if you believe in it, then I believe in you." And so that was a pivotal moment, because it took another 7 years from that moment to hit my next rank that I hit. And I literally, it was almost like I was just a hamster on a wheel. I was doing all the things that Joni has taught us to do, the Wow Book, Demo, Direct, and I believed in that with all of my heart. It just, it was just not happening. And then it's crazy, like the mundane things that you do, the things that we're taught and we teach how to do this business. It's so simple. It seems like it would be difficult, but it's a very simple structure. And I just was doing those things and doing those things. And then one day I had 2 really big pivotal moments in my business where there was a lot of growth. And it wasn't because I did anything crazy. I was just doing those same things, doing the launch demos, sharing the opportunity. And you just never know what's going to happen when you don't quit. And um, yeah, so there's been multiple, I would say, like pivotal moments, I guess. And then there's also been struggles. There's been struggles of huge growth in a massive, like in a short amount of time with a lot of people, and learning how to navigate and be a leader to thousands and thousands when everyone's new and everyone's hitting all these ranks. When we had the big boom, or we didn't have stock for a while, we had only one lip color. But I never felt like this isn't where I'm supposed to be. This is too hard. I just have always been, and maybe it's my personality or the way I was raised. I don't know. I've always just been a power through it, solution seeker. We're going to make it happen. I'm not living with rose colored glasses, but I'm also just, I'm not going to stay in the hard for too long. I'm going to find a way to pivot and make it work.
And indeed, you have countless incentive trips, ranking all the way up, earning all of the things, and what a ride it has been. So, when you look, forward? What are you most excited about with SeneGence now? Because it's a very, while the company is essentially it's the same, there's so many more tools and products, and it does look a bit different than it did 19 years ago. What are you looking forward to the most now?
Well, it definitely is different. And that's what I tell my girls all the time. And anyone that I talk to that's newer, like you guys have no idea the tools that are at your fingertips to run this business, what compared to what we had when I started. And the challenge, what's been fun for me is I've been able to challenge myself to grow and to learn how to do my business in new ways. But what I'm probably most excited about, and someone asked me this not too long ago, is like, where do I see myself next? And what's my next goal? And I don't know if I necessarily have like a goal of a certain new rank or anything like that. I do have goals. I do have like markers that I like to set for myself and achieve. But I feel like now after 19 years that my role is to be a good steward of the company and what Joni has provided for us. And I feel like I have a huge responsibility to carry on this legacy and protect this legacy, protect what she has built, and protect what we all have built together. And I feel like that's something that I have the privilege to do and the honor to do. So that's kind of where I'm at now. I will never stop working for things because I'm very competitive with myself, and I feel like I am a high achiever, and I like to earn things. I like to set a goal and go for it, but I love what the company stands for. I love what Joni stands for, and I'm really excited about our future. So
Well, there's a lot to be excited about. Thank you so much for spending a few minutes with us today and for carrying on the legacy and continued inspiration. Thanks so much, Dawn.
thank you for having me.